Greetings, swimmers and parents. This video is, the subject of this video is swim meets, and specifically this video is for new families and parents and swimmers who are new to our program, who are new to the sport of year-round swimming. Also to those families and younger kids, developmental swimmers that have been on the team for a couple of years that are just starting to get in the routine and going to meets for the first time or still new to going to swim meets. So if you are a veteran parent or swimmer, you don't necessarily need to watch this because you'll know all this kind of stuff. So swim meets. Generally, our short course season, which is September 1st through the end of March, where all competition is done in a 25-yard pool, which is the same as Summer League during the summertime. We generally do about one meet a month starting in October. We have one in October, one in November, one in December. All three of those are usually here in town, which is very nice and convenient, and we do that to save money for our families. And then we usually have one or two in January, one or two in February, and one in March for all of our new kids. And then after March, our March meets are our championship meets, and everything that we're doing September all the way through the fall and winter, all the way up to March, is trying to get the best results of the year for our March championship meet. So all the meets leading up to that are more so, from our perspective, practice meets, and I think that's important for you to understand. Now, before meet, obviously you sign up for a meet. The coaches go through and approve and finalize all the meet entries. From the time between when we send out the meet entries and they're finalized to the time where the meet actually occurs, a couple things. Number one, you always have access to the website, to the meet information and to your meet entries. You just go on the website, log into your account. You look under the events page and you look under the event and date of the swim meet, and you should be able to pull up your meet entries. You should be able to pull up general and specific information about the meet, as well as the meet information. And it's usually 5 or 6 pages that gives you all the details of the formats, the times, the events, the event numbers, and all that kind of stuff. So you need to kind of prepare yourself and look over that. The week of the swim meet, every meet, the week of the swim meet, that Wednesday before the meet, the coaches will send out a meet summary, kind of reminding all the parents about when to be where and the format of the meet, and just remind you about everything with the meet. We'll usually send meet entries with that for you to look over, timelines for the meet that weekend, as well as the complete meet information. So it's important to look for that email on Wednesdays before the meet, and make sure you know every detail that you need to know. And if questions aren't answered, please email the coaches, call us, grab us, whatever, and let us know so we can make you feel as educated and well aware of what's going on heading into the weekend. Now, at the meet, what you want to do is you want to pack a big bag of stuff, and I'm going to tell you what goes in that big bag. Number one, you need a couple pair of a lot of different things. Number one, you need 2 pair of bathing suits if possible. Obviously, one is the team suit, but sometimes there have been times where team suits have ripped, gotten holes in it, they need another suit. It's been misplaced, something's happened to them when you go to actually try on the suit or put it on. Best practice for that, so you don't lose it, is to make sure you put the suit on at home before you come to the swim meet. We always recommend 2 pair of goggles. Kids lose goggles all the time. Sometimes they break, and if they break or they're lost or misplaced, even for a short amount of time, the kids won't have another pair of goggles for their races. You'll need 2 or 3 towels throughout the course of the meet. Kids are getting in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Lots of times the air is cold and they dry off, and they use the towels a good bit. And you want to make sure you have a towel that, number one, will dry you off, number two, keep you warm, and number three, a towel for at the end of the meet when you are done and changing into normal clothes and out of your bathing suit. Read the meet information. You'll learn what facilities throughout the year allow you to bring chairs on deck, and chairs for the parents. But the meets at USC, you want your kids to bring one of those folding chairs to sit in throughout the course of the meet. You'll need your team suit, a team t-shirt, a team swim cap, Generally, we always have caps at the swim meets, but we prefer to be able to get those to you the week of the swim meet. So if you realize you need a cap the week of, just email us and we'll get them to you. All right. Now, throughout the course of the meet, our number one priority for new kids and developmental kids, and our biggest challenge and focus as coaches, is to be completely honest with you, is to get them behind the blocks where they're supposed to be, making sure they know what event they're swimming and diving in. So you'll see a lot of the coaches doing everything they can to get the kids in the right positions, the right places, and not necessarily watching a ton of their races in great detail. And that's because that's the learning process we go through. It's not the same as Summer League. You've got to be up there. You've got to be paying attention to the meet referee, the whistles, and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot more independent than Summer League, with people prompting you when and where to go and what you're supposed to do. So just so you know, with our newer kids and developmental kids and younger kids, a lot of our focus at meets is just getting them there in the blocks and in the races. For the more advanced kids, because they know where to go and what to do, and they've been through it 1,000 times, it gives us a little bit more opportunity to watch and give them feedback. We'll give the kids feedback, all the kids, even the new and developmental kids, but I just wanted to point that out. Now, let me speak to the parents, especially once the swim meet is over. When the swim meet is over, the number one thing you can do is be positive, be positive, be positive, be positive. Our number one priority, especially for new kids and developmental kids going through the swim meet process for the first time, number one priority is for them to have a positive experience and want to come back and want to do it and want to try new things. And that, with no matter how good they do, no matter how good the coaching is, a parent can always negate all of that with a negative attitude and just harping on the kids about things they saw or didn't see. You want to avoid any post-meet analysis in great detail. You don't want to compare your child verbally to them against another child that you know, against times that you were hoping to go or wanting to go. You've got to keep things in perspective and realize this is a year-round sport. There is so much growth that needs to take place over a great vast majority of time, and we need to do it at each individual level. So there will be growing pains for kids and for parents, but our number one priority is for the kids to have a positive experience. From the coach's perspective, our next priority is for them to learn to swim the event legally without getting disqualified. Once they've done that, then what we start doing is focusing on not necessarily placing, but best times. That's one of the greatest things about our sport is we can judge it individually, and we do that by judging it by best times and trying to go best times. We've got on the website, if you're on the homepage, if you look up at the very top, it says Site Map. If you click on that button, a window pops up with a ton of links. One of them says Parents Corner. I encourage you to click on that link, Parents Corner, from the Site Map window, and then look at a bunch of stuff from the way parents should act to the way kids should act and what to expect from a swim meet and things like that. So this is our video today on swim meets and what to expect, and a little bit of general and specific information that's dedicated mostly to new swimmers, new parents, new families, and returning swimmers and parents who are developmental that are just starting to get into the swim meet mode. If you have any questions, please let the coaches know. Thank you.